Well, John, first of all, what a glorious place to come training. I mean, you guys are here to work hard and you've got a great setup to do so.
Unbelievable facility, isn't it? It's the first time I've been here. I've heard lots about it, and it certainly didn't disappoint when we walked down yesterday and seen the field and obviously the temperature a little bit hotter today, but gives us a real chance to prepare really well. We've got everything we need around us facility-wise to make it as easy as possible for the players to get the most out the next couple of days.
The only thing maybe you haven't got is as many players as you would like through varying reasons. How difficult does that make training? Can you do the quality of work that you're looking for?
Yeah, absolutely. I think looking at the experience of previous line tours as well and chatting to previous coaches, it's always been a bit like this. In terms of the season now going on a lot longer, we had this well planned that this might be the case. Obviously Leinster or Glasgow were strong favourites to go all the way, so we kind of knew and planned for that. What we have got is the first opportunity to come and get on the grass with players and start to, I suppose, put some points and views across and try and build some structures, which will be invaluable for everyone as we progress.
In a weird kind of way, it almost helps you for Argentina, doesn't it? Because the players that you've got here are going to be the players that are effectively the group for Argentina. It kind of reduces things down and simplifies it a bit.
No, I think, look, we're trying to prepare for Argentina, but what we knew all along is that there was a final to be played at the weekend. Now, all of these players will be with us on Sunday when we arrive back, and that's where we'll start the preparation into Argentina. I think that we've got to be adaptable on tour. We're going to play every 3 or 4 days when we get into the meat of it. So if we can't turn around in 7 days, then or 6 days, then we won't be able to do that on tour. So this is great in terms of us trying to pressure test that and what it's going to be like on the tour. It's probably exactly the preparation we'd want. So yeah, we'll have everybody available from Sunday, and we'll pick the right team to go into that week.
So just to be absolutely clear on this, the guys who are involved in the Premiership final, the URC final, could play a part on Friday. Is there a chance of any of them starting? Would a 6-day turnaround, having not been in camp, be possible, do you think?
Yeah, I think so. I think that's why we're on grass today to try and get our own footage, to get our own images, so that the previews and the reviews and the stuff that we're chatting about last week is from a Lions perspective and live training footage of us training, so that'll help the lads coming in on Sunday to be able to straight up to speed of where we've got to, and then we'll have additional couple of meetings with them, and then it'll be a case of training a full week as normal into Argentina. Yeah, we've obviously got that game in the force in mind as well, so we'll pick the right teams for both.
You mentioned about the history of Lions tours. It also tells us that players will be lost due to injury. We've not even got together yet properly, and we've lost Xander. Obviously, as someone who you know well with Scotland, just a word about losing him so early.
Yeah, look, we knew Xander maybe 8 or 9 weeks ago had got quite a bad injury in his calf anyway, and he was working hard and very close to just returning from that. He just had a little bit of a setback that's going to knock him back the first couple of weeks of the tour. So we felt it was right to leave him here to be rehabbing and to add Finlay, who's fit and raring to go. And tight head's going to be a big position for us. There's availability of the 6th front row every game that we're going to have numbers on feet training. So I think what it does, it gives us 2 opportunities to be strong and be covered on tour, and then also it gives Xander the peace of mind that he can now rehab at his own pace, try and get back available, and should other injuries occur, then there's still a great chance that he could play some part in the tour going forward. Yeah.
How concerned are the Lions that Tadhg Furlong still isn't playing at this stage? He was listed by Leinster this week ahead of the URC final as still being assessed. How big a concern is that? Yeah,
well, I think we've looked at Tadhg in terms of where he was. There's obviously a plan with him. There was a chance for him to come here or stay with Leinster. Now they've got a big game, and he was there with them with a view that if he needed to play, he can play. So he'll just continue the last pieces of his I suppose return to play, and also provide that covered if needed around the game for Leinster. And then by Sunday he'll be one of the players that'll be coming in fully fit and ready to go with others. Yeah.
In terms of, you've brought Jamie George and Asher Opoku as cover. Officially it's just for this training week. Is there a case, can you see a situation where they remain with the group for the Argentina week?
Well, look, we knew when you're picking 2 hookers from the same club as well, there's a bigger risk involved in that. So Jamie George, he's obviously got lots of experience, England and Lions, so he's come in and he's added lots to the group, and he'll be here, and should there be any niggles or concerns, then the chance and availability for him to stay on after that as well. But we're hoping everybody gets through the game at the weekend and we're back to fingers crossed, and then we're good to go on Sunday. Yeah.
Looking at the makeup of the squad, there's a lot of very versatile back row forwards, which kind of hints at Are you thinking at a 6-2 bench? Because you've got so much versatility and so many bases that you can cover.
Look, I think there's absolutely no doubt. At some point, we'll have to be very versatile with the bench. I'm not sure I can persuade Andy for the 7-1 yet, but yeah, like there'll be horses for courses. There'll be some games that, due to availability or whatever, that we might have to pick that, or due to the opposition that we're playing as well. So it does give us great versatility right through the whole team. Really, we've got backs that can play multiple positions as well and cover. So no, it's great, and that's why picking the Lions squad is hard enough. But you've got to also have an eye and a mind on the versatility of those players that can adapt should things happen that are very short term, that somebody can step in and just do a job in another position.
We are in this incredible sporting facility. You've got your own gym built by the side of this pitch. There's tennis courts, there's paddle courts. The beach is literally a stone's throw down there. So what are you doing away from training time? Because there's got to be some downtime as well as the hard work. So can you give us a bit of a window into what else has been going on?
Well, obviously we just arrived yesterday, so it was a pretty busy, longer day, and then we're still on the laptops pretty late last night, so in an early start. So players are now, as you see, they've trained hard trained on grass this morning. They've been in the gym training hard, and then that's them for the day. So they'll ability to try and play a bit of paddle if they want, or golf, or walk, or recovery is going to be a big part of it as well in the heat. And the next 2 days are our 2 big days of training. The last 2 days have really been pretty light in terms of walkthrough and clarity, whereas the next 2 days we're kind of gearing up to train. So part of that will be nothing too strenuous that takes you away from the recovery and making sure they're fully ready to go tomorrow.
Well, I saw a few of the players coming out of the weights tent going, blimey, I'm sweating buckets, it's absolutely burning in there. Well, it sounds like the message is to the guys, if you think it's been hard so far, you ain't seen nothing yet. If the next 2 days are going to be the real tough ones.
Absolutely, and we were finishing the walkthrough there with a few lineouts, and Alan, our head S&C, was hovering about, and he was anxious to get the guys in the gym. And when I mentioned, look, we can only have 2 more reps because Alan's ready to go, Ellis Genge turned to me and thought he was getting some more extra conditioning. He thought there was something secret at the end there. So yeah, they're on edge a little bit. It's a good way to be, but it's a rugby clarity and I suppose the physicality levels that will pick up the next 2 days. It's running speed. It's
kind of been theoretical for the past few months. Obviously there was the announcement of when we got the coaches, then we had an announcement of the squad, but now it's actually rugby has started. Does this feel like we're actually properly underway as a British and Irish Lions group now? It does, yeah, absolutely. And I think looking at just the small meetings and just how adaptable and how quickly the players are picking things up, and how easy it is just to get on to the next stage. Like, even we only arrived yesterday afternoon, as I said, and we've had 2 short sessions, walk, jog on the field, and you can already see things just starting to appear, good habits, and the first, I suppose, building blocks to how we want to play. Is it, in a sense, easier to work with you're talking about elite, the elite of the elite in a way. So I guess you don't have to explain stuff very much. It's the fact that, you say, right, we're doing this, and they all get it, and you can just get straight on with stuff. Yeah, absolutely. I think you're dealing with it, and also there's a shared learning. It can go 2 ways, isn't it? The players have views and have I suppose input to what we were trying to do as well. So we coach philosophy and chat around things that we think are relevant, and it's picking on that knowledge base both ways and how the players interact. If there's a better way to do something, let's do it. Let's not waste 2 or 3 weeks doing something that's, if it's going to make the boat go faster, let's get it. And the knowledge in the group's excellent. And as you said, it's a case of it transmits once and then we're moving on. It's learned and it's done. So yeah. Just finally, one of your areas is going to be line-out. This has always fascinated me about line-outs with the Lions, is that obviously everyone has got a front jumper, middle jumper, back jumper, and then you'll have a peel, and whatever, but everyone calls them different things. How do you come up with the names for the calls? Because you can't use a Scotland set of calls because you'll give everything away for the Six Nations or whatever. So how do you come up with something that everyone can if you like, get into their minds? Because it's got to go in quickly, and it's got to be automatic for the next few weeks. Absolutely. It's what we spoke about yesterday. We've got sent some what we'd call language sheets out in terms of how we coordinate the movements and the makeup of our line out. And sometimes even in a club or in a country, it can be, you're only learning the one. But what we've done here is you've got players from multiple clubs that'll have a set of language, then they'll have the international stuff, and now they've been given another one. But absolutely, yesterday it was like seamless. Really impressed with Tag, Byrne
Maro and the way that they kind of led and called it. It was brilliant. It was just, yeah, it was very good in terms of, and that's just as you said earlier. That's the detail you have in the guys who are edging for position around that and want to be there. And I think the ability that they want to impress each other as well and not make errors on it. They've done their learning away from training, so that when they've been on the grass, it's been crystal clear. Yeah.